One thing I will say with the Note is that most of the options it allows you to do with the button and so on. So you can press up and it comes up with the menu. You can do back and it kind of goes backwards. So if you're saying the Gmail, you can just do back and it'll go back. But what it doesn't do is you can't use the menu button and the back button at the bottom. Those remain just with your finger, which is a bit annoying. Because you kind of want to do that sometimes directly, and you don't want to have to use the shortcut. Also, the button that's on the pen, again, not sure if you can see it 100%, it's only on one side, and you do have to kind of hold it in a particular way and make sure you've got your hand in the right direction, which is a bit annoying. What you can do is you can buy a kind of a pen edition, which you can slot this into if you want it to make it a more natural feel. So, just to go into some of the other features, you can do so much with this phone, which I think previously you couldn't do, just because of the resolution of the screen. I think watching videos, and as already mentioned, has been really good. The music player definitely works really, really well. So I'll just pick some random thing here. So it works really well, and you can obviously put that in the background if you wish. So it kind of makes the whole experience of a phone much more enjoyable. The screen generally fits a lot more onto it as well, which I think is really good. But one of the key things I wanted to mention, Google Maps, sorry, is not loading because my internet's actually out at the moment. But one of the things you can actually use, which I think is really good, and this is something that all Samsung things have, is the Polaris Office. So, and a brilliant addition that all comes with all Samsung phones, and this actually allows you to use Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all directly on your phone to a very high standard. So, for example, you want a new document, it gives you the option of the Word document to 0397 or the 2007 and so on, all the way from Excel to PowerPoint to Word document directly. And the feature is actually, I think it's a 2003 feature, but pretty much just exactly the same. You've got all the key things you need, bullet points, formatting, adding pictures, definitely a very good editor. Works really, really well, even as you do use different colors for text and fonts and styles and stuff like this. I know if I'm carrying around a laptop, it may be impractical, but sometimes you want to edit stuff on a train, you can actually take it with you now. The Excel spreadsheet, it's exactly like a normal spreadsheet. You can even use the formula bar to use the stuff that you want. It comes with some default formula things that you may need, which, you know, considering this is actually a portable device which can fit into your phone and into your pocket, sorry, it makes it very, very accessible and something that I think is definitely useful. And because you've got a pen tool, you can write directly onto this. So if you wanted to, for example, select key points and you wanted to add certain bits, so that was obviously not the best thing to write, so you need to write it in kind of joint text. It comes up where you need it to, and it adds that extra flexibility. So this is obviously, I think, a brilliant feature of any Samsung phone, and I think with the Galaxy Note it's that extra addition because it's as good as a tab because it's a big screen, allows you to carry that, but it's kind of more practical than a phone to use for that kind of editing. One final thing I will say, because of the size of the phone, it does make it a bit awkward to maybe carry around at times, and that's one thing that I have observed. So say you want to put it in your pocket, it does make it sometimes a bit impractical to maybe carry around with you. I know that it makes it very obvious that you've got a phone with you. You can't really do things discreetly, which may be a consideration for some people. One key feature which Samsung is now featuring on many of its phones is things like the wireless sharing and the wireless networks. So things like Keys Air and AllShare. Keys Air allows you to share things with the PC software and transfer things from your PC directly over Wi-Fi or whatever it may be. So it actually is much easier. And kind of saves you having to use wires, saves you having to access things directly through that. So it's, says clearly what it says there. You can use Keys Air without PC software or USB connection. Really, really brilliant, and actually allows you to do so much more things, especially considering the capabilities of the camera on this phone. Sometimes you want to share stuff with people, but you don't want to have to use different connections and so on. And the other thing is the All Share app, which they now provide. I haven't connected to Wi-Fi, but what you can do is you can now send from your phone directly to your TV. Directly through, I think you'd probably have to buy some extra piece of kit, or if you have a Samsung TV you can do it directly through that, but you can send things directly to your TV, things like videos, music, photos, to save you any kind of taking out of software or any kind of taking out of any cables or anything to connect it. So it's something that works directly through that. So overall, I think there's actually just one more feature I wanted to show you, which I nearly forgot. So say they've added all these new gestures which you can actually do. So with many of these apps, you can actually do many things which is kind of directly and to do just simply with the multi-touch features within the Samsung phone. So obviously we know about the swipe mode. You can now rotate a picture. So you put your thumb and you twist it around. You've also got some things where you can shake the phone, where you can kind of slide the phone, where you can turn the phone upside down like this and it puts it into silent mode. And it's got various different things as well, which I think has made the whole experience of using the phone much more intuitive and much more natural, and I think uses the software within it much better. Finally, I want to mention just the planner as well, which here you can see is on my home screen, but you can actually access it directly as normal. Something which I think they've tried to make much more intuitive, something which is much more like a diary. I think better than most of the calendar apps which you see. You can create events. So let's say 25th of December. You can then write the anniversary of Jim. I made something up, but you can actually write something in app. You can then click save, and it will then save it onto that thing directly, so you can actually access that later on, and it'll come up with all the different calendars and all the different things as well. Something which I think makes it much more like a diary. Previously it can make it a bit of an effort, but this time you can do a quick jotting down of notes and so on. But obviously I think there are some things which I think are missing. Like I mentioned before, I think some of the buttons can be used a bit more intuitively. The home screen button, I think, is basically just takes you back to where you need to be, but it doesn't really do some of the key things. So for example, when you're taking a photo, it would be nice if you can use this for a picture button. Some of the side buttons, I think, aside from the off or the screen off button or the power off button and the volume rocker, there's not much actually there, and their use is very limited to what you can actually use with them. Maybe they should consider a kind of a multi-function thing for different apps. And I think overall, the phone is actually very, very good, and it works very well, and definitely recommend you to get this. The size is an issue, but it comes with its benefits as well. The screen is definitely incredible. Watching videos on this is probably one of the best I've seen. And that's even comparing it to like the Galaxy Tab 10.1 and other things as well. It definitely kind of makes things very, very portable and very, very easy to use. And the stylus, I think, has been a brilliant addition to the whole thing. So thank you very much. This is Talha Mobile. Follow me on my blog, which you can see in the link below, and I've got my Twitter feeds, and it'd be good to hear your thoughts and comments. So thank you very much. This is Talha Mobile signing off from Samsung Mobile team.